So Beyonce and Jay Z went to a charity event for an organization called Reform Alliance, and they were seated at the same table as Ivanka Trump and Jared Kushner. And I know a lot of people would say, well, it's a charity event. It's not like they control the seating. But Jay Z is a founding partner of Reform Alliance, and he was a co-host for the evening. So there's really no excusing this at all. Like, why were Jared Kushner and Ivanka Trump even invited to this? Like, are you willing to die on the hill of capitalism that bad that you're going to align yourselves with a family that has, one, talked trash about you in public constantly? Like, you look goofy sitting there smiling at her face with all the things that her dad has said about you specifically. And then two, at this time, especially coming off the Cowboy Carter tour, when you were trying to reclaim all this Americana and all this American history in the name of Black people because we're so essential to the fabric of this country, and then you go and essentially legitimize their movement by sitting next to them, smiling in photos like you're just so happy to be there with the Trumps. And it's even worse when you remember that Beyonce and Jay Z don't really use their platforms to speak up for anything. Aside from that one campaign appearance for Kamala Harris, they've been silent about most major issues. They haven't talked about what Israel is doing in Gaza. They haven't talked about what's happening in Sudan. They haven't talked about gun control in this country or women's reproductive health. They've been radio silent on basically every major issue until they want money from us, and then they start putting those aesthetics in their music so that they can act like revolutionaries while doing things like this. And then people will say things like, well, they're artists, not politicians, and they're private citizens. They have a right to be as engaged and as vocal as they want to be. But then why would you go and sit next to Ivanka and Jared at an event that you could have left? An event that they could have never been invited to in the first place. But once you got there and saw who you were sitting with, you could have made a statement and left. That would have been much more powerful than sitting there smiling in their face like a goofball.